Horsehead Bookends for another Gaming Friday. Today we're doing number 2 in the games we're stupid for not playing.
And we rolled last time, and what did we get?
We got the Burncycle. I had to make sure the box was...
Or as I like to call it, which I feel is a missed opportunity, too many bots!
Too many bots. Anyway, alright, so Burncycle, made by Chip Theory Games. 1 to 5 player, 1 to 4 player, 1 to 4 player game that I know nothing about. I did back it on Kickstarter. I gave them $5, but then I never completed the pledge. And you know what? Looking at the setup that Mike painstakingly took a good hour to do, I'm kind of happy I didn't back it because I'm feeling very intimidated, and there's a lot to do, but Mike's going to tell us what this game is all about because I have no idea.
Alright, so in Burncycle, we are renegade robots, essentially, who are fighting back against the corporations who control us. So we have taken control of a command unit, which is our central processing unit, and we're going to be breaking into this corporation to do some sort of mission. For our mission, we're going against the corporation Salida, and we're breaking in to find evidence of some shady business practices being used to keep robots weakened. This game is a very, very, very stealthy game. I want to say, for anybody who has played Chip Theory Games and has played Too Many Bones, do not come into this type of game assuming that it's going to be a hack and slash fest, because you want to never be seen in this game. It is a very, very stealthy game. It's very, very strategic. I have only ever played it solo. I was very, very confident in my teach and my comprehension of the game until I started setting it up here, which is probably why the setup extended to about an hour. So I will mirror Rob's sentiment that this is a very, very intimidating looking game. We'll have to see how we feel after our 2-player game to see whether or not we feel it's just a overly complex stealth game or if it's a pretty decent game. Yeah, so alright, we got it set up. I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see what's going on. We will film some playthroughs, I guess, of it, some rounds, and then we'll be back and we'll tell you what we thought about it. So let's take a look at the board. Here we have Burncycle set up on the table. You might not be able to see everything. Here's the main board. I have no idea what's going on. There's chips strewn all about. There's nice little fancy metal tokens, which are nice. I like this little chart of gobstoppers on the board. But I have absolutely no idea what's going on. So I hope Mike teaches it well. I hope so. I hope you have at least a semblance of enjoyment out of it. I spent 3 power, and what I'm actually going to do is spend it on the command module so that we open up the 3rd Burncycle slot, so that we will have 3 actions per turn. Okay. Now, with this individual, this is our command module, when we're in safe zones, doors to safe zones are always unlocked. So
where's their safe zone?
This is the safe zone.
The yellow
here.
border.
Yellow bordered rooms.
Okay.
So yellow bordered rooms are always unlocked.
So they're always unlocked.
So he moves with us. So essentially, let's say I'm going to start here because I want to be able to get a green. Oh, do we start with a chip? We're going to get there. Oh. I'm going to put him somewhere, but I'm going to put him... But I start on blue. You don't have to start on blue. You start on any color you want. You could even start here if you want. You're just not going to get a chip. I want a chip. So don't I want a chip? You do, but I will start here. Okay, now do I want... No, I get a blue chip to begin with, right? Correct. Now if I start here, I would get 2 blue chips. Correct. So I don't want to start there. I want to start there and get a green chip and a blue chip, right? Where should we put... Oh, I'll get him a purple chip. I'll put the command module with me. Okay? Okay. So that's going to go there. A 3rd one of these is in here. Alright, so do we start? Not yet, 'cause I still have to get down to 4 power, which is my max.
Oh, but so wait. No, so route power. So I can spend 2, right? 1, 2.
Yeah, you could drop below.
Now I can go, so now this is my dice pool, right? Because look, I bought that. So these go back in here because
No, just put them off to the side.
So now I have this. I'd be rolling 3 blues and a yellow.
Perfect. And I'm rolling 4 blues and a yellow. And I am going to unlock the push action with my last one to get down to 4. Push, actually, you know what? I'm going to go with swap. Swap lets you swap places with another bot. Okay. So if you end up being in front of me...
Okay. So should I spend more now or just leave it at 8 just in case?
You might want to leave it at 8 just in case.
Okay.
Because don't forget, when it becomes your turn, you could spend it again anyway.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
And at the end of the turn, you can spend it again anyway.
Got it.
Alright, so I get a purple, a blue, and a green. And you just put
how'd you get
there.
3?
Purple, I unlocked 1. You unlocked 1.
Yeah.
So you get
I got a purple, blue, and a green too.
A blue, and a green. And he gets a purple. So the purple one is going to go up there. Now we will fill the burn cycle. So, boom. Captain Chip. And then this.
Okay.
Alright. So, I have the start player token, so I'm going to go first just because it's going to help us understand turns and everything.
Okay.
Okay, so...
And now the game is finally starting.
Hooray! Alright, so... with the actions, so I have these little cards here that give you essentially all of your actions. So when you use a purple chip, if you use a purple chip to move and it is that makes it an optimized action, you get 2 automatic action points towards movement, which means you don't actually have to roll your dice if you don't want to, because at the start of my turn, I'm not routing any power, so I'm going to build my dice pool. I get 4 blue dice and 1 yellow dice. Now let's say I'm actually going to, with the first action in the burn cycle, I'm going to use this chip as a non-optimized move action. So I'm going to opt to take 3.
Do you have 5? Do you have 5 or do you have 4?
3, 4. 4.
No, you have 5, but you have 5 dice.
1 yellow.
And okay.
So I'm taking an unoptimized move action. So I'm gonna use 3 of my blue dice towards that. So I have 1, 2, 3 points of movement. Too bad I have a tumbling magnet, which means any 1s. One time I could change it to match the value shown on another die. Unfortunately, they're all 1s. So I could move 3 spaces. Now I could split that movement. I could go 1, 2, and then bring the command module another space behind me. So you could also split your move points to send commands to the command module, because the command module needs to stay with us.
Okay.
If the command module doesn't stay with us, he will become a target of attack.
Okay.
Okay. Now we move to the next chip.
Okay.
It is a patrol to the closest bot. We're not even in the building yet, so there is nothing that's going to happen with this bot right now. We also have a free action, which we could use to replace these chips that are on the burn cycle.
Okay.
And I will do one on my next turn with the next action. Most people might ask, why won't you just do this one automatically to get that out of the way? It's because if I replace this chip, I could do so, but then this threat is going to advance by 2. This threat also advances by 2 at the end of every round.
Okay.
And if it gets to the end, we're going to lose. So
Okay.
you want to try not to do that.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yes.
All right, so when we move this over, when this and when it keeps best is when the burn cycle reboots, right?
No, that's when I'm done with my actions.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll these. So for this, we did this. Now I have an unoptimized action. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another unoptimized move. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 1, 2, and that'll at least set me up for next round to be able to open the door. Now on this one, I am going to change this one here, because what I want to do is I'm going to replace this chip with my one blue chip. Now I'm going to take an optimize open door action. So we pull this little keypad. So for the first one, I need to actually spend 4 action points to be able to break this door open, because it does not have any symbols to spend to open it. So this door is jammed. However, since it was an optimized action, you get to
ignore input.
one input.
So there's no inputs.
There's no input, but that means I'm bypassing the entire door. So that door is open.
Okay, so that was Burncycle by Chip Theory Games. I am very happy I did not back it. I didn't hate the game, but I didn't like it. I thought I guess it's the bots that we picked or the boss that we picked. I just felt that I wasn't doing anything. I was just moving around, going to terminals, just trying to just to complete the mission to get off the first floor. But I feel constipated. That's the only I think it's like a board game constipation that I feel like I need to get some, just let it out, and I can't, and this just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I have to say, I had a bit of a warning in our lead up, right? I had mentioned, if you're going into this thinking it's going to be like too many bones, you're not going to be happy. The issue I had with our playthrough, especially in this one, and I've had this sort of with all my solo playthroughs, I always feel like it's this very big, it's so intimidating, there's so much stuff, and then when I start playing, it's like I'm just move there, be here, and do this one thing, interact with that to complete a thing, and now you could go to the next floor. Interact with this thing, and you win the game, because we had a 2-floor mission.
Yeah, and he's right. It was it felt very simple. I could see if it, and it does seem extremely complex on surface, but it's just a lot of things. It's a lot of stuff. I think it's too much game. I think this would have been way better suited if you had a handful of missions, with specialty robot movement, so the enemy kind of moves around and patrols.
I think that was my issue.
Makes it dangerous.
That was my issue. We ended up with a captain who only put one bot out on the first floor. That bot didn't have a patrol, so he didn't move until there was a real good circumstance for them to do so, and we never rolled to get any other guards in place.
Yep, and we never had to.
And so we didn't that's my issue. And I've watched other playthroughs, and I've seen scenarios where if the awareness of the bot is really low, you could sort of just walk behind them and just kind of cheat through. And it's not cheating, but for me, it just, I like the stealth thing. I do think that's very fun, but the little cards for the missions and the breakdown of what to do for the missions, like, they just don't, for me, they don't connect, they don't mesh well, they don't feel like I'm doing much of anything. When I play solo, it's very fun. I have some good time playing it, but just overall, it felt flat for me. It didn't feel like I got anything done at all.
Well, this game or in general? Okay.
With this game, I didn't feel like I got anything done. We didn't even actually play the second floor. I'm going to say that right now. We finished the first floor goal. We got to the safe zones to make it to the second floor, but we stopped there. I actually asked Rob if he wanted to stop, mostly because I also wanted to stop, because it just didn't feel like we were accomplishing. We were completing the goals and objectives, but it didn't give me the sense of, oh, I did it! I did it! Like,
yeah, and I have to say, Hoplomachus Victorum is a solo game. Every time I've played that game, I felt like I've accomplished something. It's a nail biter. You might be dying. You might have to do the mission over.
Yeah.
Everything is it's a lot more intense. I didn't get it from Burncycle, but that's okay. There's a lot of game in there, and if it's a game you do enjoy, I'm sure maybe if you throw us a suggestion, hey, try it again with using this captain, these bots, there's something like that. We'll definitely I'll give it another shot, but not for a while. All right, so let's bust out the wheel and see what's going to be the next game that we are playing. All right.
Do the honors, Rob?
Yeah, let's see. A spin. Do I have to press it again to stop it?
I can't see it from screen.
Ooh! All right. Next up is Feudum.
Oh!
Is on the list. So if we have 3 people, I really want to get 3 people to play with this. So we are going to try really hard. Otherwise, we're going to try to play 2 players. It's 2 players is still a good game. There's not a lot of interaction.
Why don't we do this? Let's do a secondary.
All right.
In case we cannot get Ian and a third, then we'll pick a backup.
And the third is Dungeon Quest.
Oh, very nice.
So Dungeon Quest plays good at 2 players.
All right.
We could probably get 3 to 4 games of Dungeon Quest in with 2 players. That's another game. If we can get a 3rd player here, we'll definitely do it. But we will we'll try. So it's either going to be Feudum or Dungeon Quest for next time. We'll see. As long as you can get an extra person, definitely Feudum. You will enjoy it more with 3 people.
Yeah.
So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to click on subscribe and the notification bell. You get notified anytime I upload a new video. Questions or comments, feel free to post them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, talk to you later.